episode of World Music series where I'm going to give quick pro-quote tips on the 6 different types of world musics that Cambridge would like you to know for the year 2025. Very updated we are. So I say 6 because our 7th world music focus is the focus of the year, which is Chinese music, so I will not be going into that. But as you can tell by the title of this video, we are diving into African music today, and as you do know, I am African and I love Africa. I love my continent, if it wasn't clear before. And saying that, and being African, and just seeing what Cambridge puts down as African, kind of gets me a little bit, because we have 54 countries on this beautiful continent, and they kind of dumb down our sound into one type of style, where, I mean, even in South Africa, as a little country where I'm from, we have so many diverse styles that it's not even funny. So how much more do we have in 54 separate countries? But anyway, they group us together as Africa. But this sound is really, I would say, Western Africa, maybe Eastern Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa, that kind of region. Definitely doesn't include North African sounds, because that's definitely borderlining Arab sounds. So it's not that, it's everything else. But it's what you typically might see on TV or in film or whatever to do with Africa. So it's not really that deep, to be honest, but I'm going to give you a few tips today. We're going to try to tie this up very quickly. Listen to a short extract. I'm going to keep it to less than 30 seconds. And then you can use these tips to go and listen to other examples of African music and see if you can identify the features, see if you can answer the questions. And I think that really will serve you well in your revision prep for your Cambridge IGCSE music exam. So first things first, if I was to label African music, I would definitely say a big focus here is its rhythmic foundations. So African music is characterized by both catchy and complex rhythm. So very catchy, you want to move along to it, but in and of itself, when you try to perform it, it is quite complex. Key instruments include the djembe, a large hand drum, as well as the kora, which is an African harp-like instrument. Very important musical features, whether we are talking about vocal music or about instrumental music, would be call and response, and this is a lot to do in the vocals, or we hear it a lot in the vocals, but it can also happen with instruments. But call and response, very important. Another important thing is parallel harmonies, as well as the infectious percussion that we hear. So for a listening challenge, what makes African music unique? Well, we're going to listen to a little bit of an African extract now, but as you listen, and as you listen to any extract, think to yourself, can I identify the rhythmic pattern? Can I identify call and response technique? Can I identify the percussion instruments? And is the percussion really a driving force here? If it is, woohoo! More than likely it is definitely an African piece. And also, let me listen to the interplay between the solo and group vocals, because that is most likely what Cambridge will focus on. You know, like I said, nothing too deep. That's basically what we've seen over time, ever since world music and these 7 world musics, including Chinese music, has been in the syllabus. When we look at past papers and the exam structure, this is what we've seen. So nothing too deep, nothing too crazy. This is really it. So as you listen out to this African extract, try to pick out the rhythmic pattern. Try to listen for the call and response technique. Look out for those percussion instruments. And listen to that interplay between the solo and vocal groups. So we're going to end off with a little African extract, and then I hope that that does prepare you for any African extract, if it must hit your ears, in the Cambridge IGCSE music listening paper. I'll see you in the next video where we'll deal with Arabic music.